everyone, and welcome to Perfectly Bookish. This is the Anti-TBR tag. The tag was created by Nicole and Her Books. I will have her video linked below. This tag is about the books you're not going to read, and it's okay if there's books that are out there that you won't read. There are so many, it'll be way too hard to get to them all, and it's okay that someone may love a book and someone may not care for it or may just not want to read it, and it is okay. So I thought this was a fun tag by her because sometimes people don't talk about books that they don't want to read because people give them hate for it. It's not that we're bashing the books or the authors, we're just saying we don't want to read it. So I'm sorry if some of the books I mentioned are favorites of yours. Again, nothing against them, I just don't want to read them. So number one is a popular book that everyone seems to love that I have no interest in reading, and I thought of the Percy Jackson series for that. I know that one's older, but I have the books on my shelf. When I just started really reading again and collecting books, I got them. They've been sitting there forever. I really don't intend on ever reading them. I mean, I saw the first movie and it was interesting enough. There's just other things that I'd rather spend my time reading. A current book for this would be My Dark Vanessa. I see here a lot of good things about it, but it's just not on my TBR. Number two is a classic book that you don't intend on ever reading, and that is Pride and Prejudice for me. I never really had any interest in it at all. Then I recently got a Netflix subscription and I saw they had the movie, so I decided to watch it, and I didn't particularly care for it. So if I really didn't care for the movie version, it's not really hyping me up to go read the book. There is just really one classic that I am really interested in reading, and that's Little Women. Number three is an author whose books I have no interest in reading, and one that came to mind for this is T.M. Frazier. I have nothing against her. I met her a handful of times at different book signings. She's so nice. Her husband was there with her, and he's great as well. It's just my friends have read her books and they told me she takes a dark side of things, so that is not really what I read. So again, nothing against her because she's great. It's just her books aren't something that I would think I would enjoy because of how dark that they can tend to get. So my friends were just looking out for me when they were telling me that, and I just don't see myself picking up her books. Number four is an author that you've read a couple of books from, but you just still intend on continuing reading their books. And for me, that's probably going to be John Green. I have read some of his books before, and really they just end up being middle of the road or lower for me. I don't know, his writing and the stories just aren't something that connects with me, and I really don't have any interest anymore to pick up his future books. Number five is a genre that you have no interest in, and that's probably going to be historical fiction for me. I really like reading about fantasy or these made-up worlds and being taken away on a different adventure versus going back in time. So I'm not saying I'll never give historical fiction a try or that sprinklings of it have been in books that I have read. It's just a genre that I'm not going to go run and pick up. Number six is a book that you bought that you're never going to pick up, and I don't know, there's probably a few of those back there on my shelves, but one that came to mind was Red Rising by Pierce Brown. Again, when I was kind of gathering up a big book collection, I actually found Red Rising at a thrift store, and I was so excited. It was so cheap. It was the sticker of the day, so it was half off, and I had to get it, but it's been sitting on my shelf for a couple years, and honestly I don't really even know what it's about. It's just a book at the time that I had seen around, and I'm like, yeah, I gotta get that, I gotta pick it up, but it's still just sitting there on the bottom of my shelf. Number 7 is a series you have no intention of reading, or that you started and you're just not going to finish. For me, that's The Vampire Academy. It's just not a series that's on my radar. Number 8 is a new release that you don't intend on reading, and I just thought, I've been seeing Fable around a lot. I have no idea what it's about, don't even know the author. It's just a book that I've seen a lot either on BookTube or Instagram, and I just don't have any interest to pick it up. I have different new releases I'd rather read, and I have plenty of books on my shelves I should be picking up first. So there you have it. Those are the 8 prompts for the anti-TBR tag, and please remember, no hate to the books or the authors. They're just not for me. Till next time, guys, remember to do what makes you happy and read on. Bye!